what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Harley Quinn figure. Now they are calling this classic Harley Quinn, so I don't think this is actually based on like Batman animated series Harley Quinn. This is actually like the Harley Quinn that I think it was like in the comic book series, when they brought her to like the comic books, because she actually debuted on the animated series. Now I must admit I am excited about picking this particular figure up because it has like kind of like a sleek type body to it. It doesn't have like a cape or anything like that. So I'm kind of sure I probably have a little more success with this particular one, So this is my second so far McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, figure, So I'm going to just get into this right now, So first of all, as you can see, here's the actual figure itself. And this is how she looks on the inside. And of course it does say McFarlane Toys out there. And I'm still excited that he has taken over the DC license to make DC based figures. I think that is so awesome, You can see the accessories that she has, like the collectible card and so on, Now it says classic Harley Quinn right down the side, like I mentioned before. It says classic, so it doesn't really say. I guess you would think that that was an animated series one, but it doesn't really say that, It just says classic. And you have McFarlane Toys at the bottom too, right there. DC Multiverse on the front, And on the back it says this comes from the source is Harley Quinn issue 15 from 2002. It says that on the back. And right there shows like an image of her too as well, which is like comic book based, and it says Harley Quinn. And it shows like the other figures that they have that's available. Like Green Arrow, or you could say Arrow, and so on, other figures and stuff. Like I said, one of the figures I do know is they have the actual Birds of Prey Harley Quinn, played by Margaret Robbie, right there. But that hasn't been released yet, so I guess it will be on the way eventually, because that's not really officially out, I'm kind of curious how that's going to look, because it's based on the movie, and not like an animated or like a comic book like Harley, it's actually based on like the live action Harley. So I'm curious how they're going to do with that. But anyway, I'm going to open this on up and get into it. Now with like the Batman figure from McFarlane Toys, this has like this insert background too that you can see. But one of the things that's odd about that, they actually have the card right there, the collectible card attached to it and the stand. So you actually have to actually peel these out. So that kind of ruins like this backdrop, But I've seen like other companies do that too with like their figures, Alright, and again there's like another image of the a shot of the how this actually looks, this background. Now I want to touch on these two right quick, So Harley does have her own collectible card too, which I think is cool, It's the same image that's on the back of the box, It says Harley Quinn Classic, and it gives you like the source material too. It says the Harley Quinn, this particular figure is based on Harley Quinn issue 15 from 2002, and it gives a description of her real name, which is Dr. Harleen Quinzel. She stands 5'7", 1.70 millimeters, I think, weighed 64 kilograms, 140 pounds. Now that I am interested in, like their height and weight, because I know Batman is like, well, you can say Bruce Wayne is 6'2", so I am kind of curious in that. Plus, it also gives you like a description about them, like an origin. It says when she first met the Joker, Dr. Harleen Quinzel was his psychiatrist at Arkham Asylum. Instead of treating her patients, she fell in love with him and became his prankster partner in crime, known as Harley Quinn. Although mentally unhinged, Harley is highly intelligent. She's a skilled gymnast, and her agility makes her an adept fighter. Like the Joker, she uses a variety of weaponized gag props in her chaos-creating crimes. And of course, I did know all that, So I think it's kind of cool that they give you like these collectible cards, And you can tell you can't really bend them because they're kind of like thick, But I do think it's cool that they give us these like collectible cards, Because what I'm really interested in is the actual like height and weight of these figures. I think that's kind of cool. And of course, you also get like a stand with the DC Comics like logo on it right there, and like this peg up it too. Okay, as you can see, there's the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Harley Quinn figure, classic Harley Quinn. Now it does like the way she looks like in the animated series, but I guess she did look like that in the actual comic book too as well, So I'm gonna go ahead and measure her right quick, and she's just, I guess you can say a little over 7 with the stand, but does actually just about 7 inches, in height. Now I must admit, I already think this figure is cool, right? I really do. This probably is one of the best like Harley Quinn figures you can get. Being that it's from McFarlane Toys. Kind of other companies have done them too as well. So right now I'm going to just talk about the actual articulation and so on of the figure. And she seems to stand pretty well. I'll probably still using like the stand. But as you can see, here she is. And the likeness to Harley Quinn is just awesome. I think that's cool. Now I do notice that this right here, like her top head, that seems kind of odd. It just looks like flat, like it should have been kind of like rounded or something, But I think that's cool. And of course her head, it does have like articulation, you can turn it like that. You can turn it that way, She even kind of looks up. You can kind of look down too. So I think that's kind of cool. The arms can be lifted, as you can see. You can bend them. This actually has good articulation too. You can lift the arm, the hands can be rotated too as well. She seems to be kind of loose, I noticed this material right here, it can be it's actually kind of where you can lift it kind of, but I'm gonna leave it there, it's not really like glued to where you can actually lift it up. I don't know what that's called, Her waist, you can rock her waist, you can kind of bend it like that. Of course, you can do the split too as well. Knees can be bent. So far, it looks like she has good articulation. And as usual, there's that left leg or that one leg that doesn't want to bend, but it does, Feet can be turned too. She also has like the pivot too right down on her feet. You can bend it like that. You can have it straight. It can be turned too as well. I also noticed that these look kind of odd. I think it's kind of odd how you can see that so well, like the pegs. I think that probably could have been done better, But it's still cool. Now the detail, like I said, is just amazing. I really do like this figure already. I think this is an amazing Harley Quinn figure, and I never had like a Harley Quinn figure like on this level, so I'm already kind of excited about having this, being that it's like McFarlane Toys too, So I would love to see how he's gonna do like the Joker now, I can't wait to see how those would look, And he's actually doing everything from like DC, not just like the animated like figures or anything like that. He's doing like comic books based figures. Like now we know even confirmation of movie figures. Like he got the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn on the way, so there's no question we might see like a 89 like Batman, Michael Keaton, from McFarlane Toys, Christian Bale, you might see them, So I think that's awesome. I can't wait to see what he's going to be doing with this line, What I want to do is actually talk about Harley Quinn's accessories, and she doesn't really have that many, She only has like 2 of them, but here's one of the accessories that she does have. She comes with like this, like, I guess pistol or this gun, which has like this bang thing, 'cause I know even the Joker does that shoots out of it. So I think that's kind of a cool touch. And this is kind of like solid too, you want to really worry about it breaking, that you forced it, It seems like it's kind of like stable, like it wouldn't break. So I think that's kind of cool. It would have been cool if we had like another gun without this on it, like a gun that just was like a gun without this on it, But I still think that's kind of cool, With the pistol or the gun in her hand. That's cool. She holds it pretty well too. And the next accessory that Harley has, of course, is I guess you could say her trademark weapon or accessory is her actual mallet, or you can call it a hammer. And this is it right here. Now I'm not too sure. I guess this really is based on how it was in that particular comic, because I'm sure her mallet has changed throughout her various appearances, like I said, like in like comic books, video games, and so on, so that even like animated shows. I like how you can see that right there too, like the smiling face on it. It has like paint all on. This looks nice, I think it's cool. She also has like bandages around this right here, which is kind of interesting. And this seems like sturdy and stable too. It doesn't seem like it would break, I guess if you forced it, it would, but it does seem like it's okay, like it wouldn't. It's harder with the mallet in her hand. She holds it pretty well. Now I must admit that the actual handle is pretty thick on it, you know. So it does like you have to actually like squeeze that in there, you know. Now that right there is a size comparison between both of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, the Batman the animated series figure and the Harley Quinn classic figure. They're both almost the same height. You can still tell the Batman, if you look closely, has a little bit of height over her. It's like his ears, you know, because he's actually 6'2", it says on the card. So that's actually my height, too. I'm actually 6'2", you know. So I'm the same height as like Batman, or you can say Bruce Wayne, you know. But Harley Quinn, you know, she's only 5'7", if I remember correctly. So you can't see like the difference in them, you know. If you're actually looking at it like on the camera, you probably can't, but you can, like, you know, see the difference. You know, he's just a little taller than her with his ears, you know. Okay, so there you have it. There's the DC Multiverse Harley Quinn classic figure from McFarlane Toys, and I think this figure is just awesome and superb. I would definitely recommend picking this figure up. I like that McFarlane Toys actually keeps the figure like simple. It doesn't have like a bunch of accessories. You only have like 2 accessories like in a collectible car. So I think that's cool that we're not overblown with like a bunch of accessories, you know. So the figure has awesome articulation, you know, the likeness to Harley Quinn is cool. I think she really does look more like she did like in the animated series. But the comic book, what I think itself was actually based on that, how she looked at in the animated series, you know. But I am definitely looking forward to seeing more figures from McFarlane Toys, you know, and look for me to do more figures, you know, figure reviews based on those, especially like the Batman family like of characters, you know. But even like Green Arrow, I want to pick up, you know, maybe like Superman, so I'll probably pick some of them up too as well, you know. But specifically mostly like Batman based figures, you know, from McFarlane Toys, you know. I think this figure is awesome. I would definitely recommend picking this up, you know. And I actually think this is better than the Batman animated series figure from McFarlane Toys. And I guess because that figure had like the cape, you know, which you can't bend, and the body's like kind of proportion. But it's still an awesome figure, you know, to have, you know. But yeah, I think this figure is awesome, and this is the DC Multiverse Classic Harley Quinn figure from McFarlane Toys. I would definitely recommend picking this one up, you know. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well. How you doing, Mr. J?